Welcome, deep divers. So picture this. You've poured everything into a track, right? Crafted every sound. It feels like magic. And you're ready to get it out there. You just know it's going to connect with people.
Yeah, that feeling is powerful.
But then, bang, reality check. That brilliant song, it's kind of stuck on your hard drive.
Right.
Unless you figure out this whole music distribution thing, it's surprisingly complicated.
It really is. It's that business side that so many artists understandably overlook, but it's absolutely critical.
Totally. It's what makes the difference between just having a great song and actually, getting it heard, getting paid, protecting your work.
Exactly. It's easy to get lost in the creative zone and just assume the business stuff sorts itself out, or maybe think your distributor handles everything.
Common trap.
And that's where a lot of the issues start, unfortunately.
Okay, so that's exactly what we're diving into today. We're going to demystify music distribution. We're using Music Distro, the Ultimate Music Distribution Guide 2026, from BeatStoreUpon as our guide.
Great source for this.
Our mission here, simple. We want this to be the most helpful guide for you, making absolutely sure you don't miss out on a single cent you're owed in royalties, and that you fully protect your rights as a creator.
That's the goal. Protect your work, get paid for it.
Right. So let's jump straight to the essentials. For anyone short on time, here's your fast track summary, like your quick roadmap for today. 3 key things.
Okay.
1, you absolutely positively need a music distribution company. An aggregator. No way around it for most artists.
Essential.
2, you've got to get and then really manage your unique codes. That's the ISRC for tracks and the UPC for the whole release.
Yeah.
Keep track of them diligently.
Super important.
Yep.
Digital fingerprints.
And 3, you need to register. Register with performing rights organizations, PROs for your songwriting, and then also with specific performance rights organizations for the sound recordings themselves.
Yes, crucial distinction there.
We'll break all that down.
And what's really fascinating, maybe even a bit of a wake-up call, is that these aren't just like admin tasks you tick off a list.
Right, not just paperwork.
No, they are literally the mechanism, the plumbing that connects your music to your money and your legal rights. If you neglect this stuff, it's not just a hassle later.
It's lost money.
It's lost money, lost rights, and trying to fix it after the fact is, well, it's a nightmare.
Okay.
So this isn't busy work, it's fundamental.
Yeah.
It's safeguarding your earnings, your rights, building that secure pipeline.
Building the pipeline. I like that. Okay, let's start with that first point, then the distributor, the aggregator.
Yeah.
A lot of indie artists, they dream of just hitting upload straight to Spotify, right?
Oh yeah, the dream button.
But that's mostly a myth for independents, isn't it?
It is, for the vast majority.
Yeah.
You generally cannot upload directly to the big DSPs like Spotify or Apple Music unless you're like a major label with a specific deal in place.
So that button just isn't there for most of us.
Exactly. So the solution, the necessary piece, is the music distribution company.
The aggregate.
They're the bridge. They are the bridge. They're the intermediary that takes your recordings and gets them onto all those platforms where people listen.
Okay, so they get the music there. What happens then? How does that relationship actually work day to day? Is it just upload and forget?
Not quite forget. They collect the money generated from streams and sales on those platforms for your recording.
Right, the master track.
Exactly. And then they pay that money to you after taking their cut, their fees.
Okay.
And this is a big, but your choice of distributor really matters. It affects how quickly your music gets online, the accuracy of your metadata.
Metadata, like artist name, track title, that stuff.
Yeah, and genre tags, composer info, all that. Crucial for people finding your music. It also affects your chances of getting picked for playlists, how you handle splits if you collaborated.
Oh, splits are huge.
Huge, and how detailed your reports are. So choosing a distributor isn't just picking a delivery service. It's a real business decision. Especially when you think about, nearly $30 billion in global recorded music revenue in 2024. Mostly streaming.
Wow.
Your distributor choice directly impacts whether you get found and whether you actually earn from that huge market. It's about protecting that potential income right from the start.
Protecting the revenue flow. Okay, that makes sense. So, distributor chosen, music is flowing, but then things can go wrong, right? Like maybe your track disappears or your royalties dip suddenly.
Yeah, and often the culprit is something seemingly small, those codes we mentioned.
The digital fingerprints. Let's get into those. First up, ISRC, International Standard Recording Code. What is that exactly?
Okay, so the ISRC is unique identifier, but specifically at the track level. Or even for a music video. Think of like a serial number just for that one specific recording.
For that version of the song.
Precisely. Its job is to identify that recording anywhere in the world. You can get set up to assign your own codes, get a registered prefix, or often your distributor can assign them for you.
But the key is consistency, right? The guide really hammers this.
Absolutely critical. Keep a log. Seriously, a simple spreadsheet. And here's a big one. If you remaster a track or create a different version like an instrumental or an extended mix, it needs a new ISRC.
Don't reuse the old one.
Never. And definitely don't use the audio ISRC for the music video. The video is a separate recording.
Yeah.
It needs its own ISRC.
Why is that so critical? What happens if you mess it up?
Mess it up, and plays might not get counted correctly, payments could get blocked, your track might vanish from charts or playlists. It causes chaos in the data.
Okay, chaos avoided. Keep the ISRCs clean. What about the other code? UPC.
Right, the UPC. Universal Product Code, sometimes called a GTIN 12. This one is for the release level.
So the whole single or the EP or the album.
Exactly. It's the barcode for the entire product you're selling or distributing. It's essential for tracking sales and for chart reporting.
And same rule applies. Don't recycle.
Same rule. Do not reuse UPCs between different releases. A new single needs a new UPC. A deluxe version of an album needs a new UPC.
It sounds like a bit of admin hassle keeping track of all these numbers.
It might feel like it initially, but think about the alternative. Imagine your song blows up years later and your codes are a mess. Trying to trace that money. Good luck.
Point taken. So, practically speaking, how does an artist stay on top of this?
Look, even if your distributor can assign these codes, you, the artist, need to understand them, manage them, keep records. My pro tip, that simple spreadsheet.
Just map it out.
Map it out. Release title UPC, then track title specific version ISRC. Do it for every release.
Yeah.
It's your control panel. It ensures when your music connects, the money connects back to you. It's proactive protection for your work.
Protect your work, protect your earnings. Got it. Okay, so distributor chosen, codes meticulously managed, music is out there. Are we done? Do we just wait for the distributor checks?
If only were that simple. That's probably the biggest misconception, that the distributor collects all the money your music earns.
But they don't.
They don't. They handle the money from the stores and streaming platforms for the master recording. But there's this whole other layer of money generated.
The other money?
The other money? Exactly.
Yeah.
And you have to actively go and collect it, or rather set up the pipes so it can flow to you.
Okay, break that down. What's this other money?
First up, songwriting and composition royalties. This is for the song itself, the melody, the lyrics, the underlying musical work, separate from the recording you distributed.
So the intellectual property of the song, not just the audio file.
Precisely. Think of it like this. The distributor helps you sell copies of the house, your recording, these other organizations. They make sure you get paid whenever someone uses the blueprint of the house, your composition.
Okay, the blueprint analogy helps. So how do you collect that?
You must register with your local performing rights organization, your PRO. In Australia and New Zealand, that's APRO-MCOS, for instance, handling public performance royalties.
And in the U.S.?
In the U.S., for composition performance, it's ASCAP, BMI, CSAC, or GMR. And then specifically for digital mechanical royalties from interactive streaming services in the U.S., Spotify, Apple Music On Demand, place you need to connect with the MLC, the Mechanical Licensing Collective.
The MLC.
You can do that directly,
Yeah.
or often through a publisher or publishing administrator if you have one.
And if you don't register with your PRO and the MLC where
The
applicable?
money just sits there. It gets collected by the societies, but they don't know who to send it to. It ends up in what they call a black box, unclaimed.
Lost money, literally leaving money on the table.
Literally. The royalty flow only happens when you've properly registered and connected those pipes.
Okay, PROs and MLC for the song. Is that all the other money?
Not quite. There's another stream, often called neighboring rights, or more specifically in some cases, recording performance royalties.
Neighboring rights.
Okay, what's that?
This is money paid for the use of the sound recording itself in specific contexts, usually non-interactive ones.
Non-interactive,
Like internet radio stations, think Pandora's not interactive tiers in the U.S., satellite radio like SiriusXM, certain webcasters, cable music channels, places where the listener doesn't choose the specific song that plays next. Okay, so it's not an on-demand stream, it's more like a broadcast of the recording.
Exactly. It's compensation for the performance of the sound recording.
So how do you get that money? Another registration.
Yep, another registration. In the U.S., the main organization for this is SoundExchange.
SoundExchange. Got it.
And they have a specific, legally mandated way they split the money they collect for these uses. 50% goes to the owner of the sound recording rights, often the label, or the artist is independent.
Okay.
Then 45% goes directly to the featured artist on the recording.
The main singer, the band members.
Right. And the final 5% goes into funds for non-featured artists, like session musicians and backup vocalists, administered by unions like AFM and SAG-AFTRA.
Wow, that's specific. What about outside the U.S., like Australia?
In Australia, you'd register with PPCA for similar types of uses, certain public broadcasts and communications of sound recordings.
Good.
And it's a global thing. The UK has PPL, Germany has GVL, Canada has ReSound. Many countries have equivalent organizations for these types of recording performance royalties. You can find a list in the guide we mentioned.
So just to get this straight in my head, this mental model.
Yeah, the mental model is key.
Your distributor pays you for the recording from direct streams and sales.
Correct. Store payouts.
Your PRO and maybe the MLC pay you for the songwriting, the composition.
Correct. The blueprint money.
And then SoundExchange or PPCA or PPL pay you for the recording being used in specific broadcast-like ways.
Exactly. Different flows, different pots of money, different registrations required.
And skipping any of these registrations means?
Means you are absolutely missing income. You are legally owed. Full stop. The money simply cannot find you if you haven't told these organizations who you are and what you own. This is ground zero for making sure you don't miss money or royalties. You have to connect all the plumbing.
Connect all the plumbing. Okay. So we know what needs doing. Distributor, codes, registrations. How do you choose that first piece, the distributor, wisely and avoid common mistakes? You mentioned different models. Subscription, paper release.
Right. You've got subscription models like DistroKid or TuneCore, often good if you release a lot of music frequently. Paper release, like CD Baby, can make sense if your output is lower, maybe just an album a year or testing the waters. Then you have hybrids, or ones with extra services like United Masters, which might focus more on things like brand deals or sync licensing on top of distribution.
So beyond just how often you release, what else should artists really look at? Is it just price?
Price is a factor, obviously.
Yeah.
But look deeper. What's their customer support like? Can you actually talk to someone if there's a problem? How clear and detailed are the royalty reports? Do they offer playlist pitching tools? Do they take a percentage cut on top of fees? Do they have an easy way to handle royalty splits with collaborators?
Good points. Things beyond just the upload fee.
Definitely. And crucially, pricing and features change all the time in this space.
So that blog post from 2 years ago comparing distributors.
Probably outdated. Always go to the distributor's official website, check their current pricing and features right before you sign up. Validate everything.
Okay, solid advice. Now let's talk traps. What are the common pitfalls artists fall into that cost them money or rights even after choosing a distributor? Things to watch out for, for protection.
Oh, there are a few big ones. First, confusing distribution with publishing administration.
We touched on this, but it bears repeating.
Absolutely. Your distributor pays you royalties earned by the master recording from the DSPs. Your publisher or publishing administrator, or you, via your PROM-LC registrations, collects royalties earned by the composition, the song itself. Many distributors offer publishing admin as an add-on service, but it's separate from the core distribution fee and function. Assuming distribution covers publishing is a huge, common mistake that leaves songwriter money uncollected.
So you likely need both distribution and publishing admin set up properly.
For most songwriters, yes. Second trap, rushing the artwork and metadata.
You mentioned this earlier. Typos.
Typos, wrong artist name variations, incorrect genre tags, forgetting to list collaborators properly. It sounds small, but a metadata error can totally screw things up.
Like what?
Like your music ending up on the wrong artist's profile page on Spotify, or your own catalog getting split into 2 different profiles, or just making it impossible for algorithms or listeners to find you correctly. It's usually fixable, but it takes time and effort and can definitely hurt your momentum and discovery. Get the details right before you upload.
Double check everything. Okay. What else?
Leaving that other money on the table. Specifically, not registering with SoundExchange in the US or PPCA in Australia, or the equivalent where relevant.
Because the distributor doesn't collect that.
Exactly. If you don't register directly with those organizations, that specific stream of recording performance income is just sitting there, potentially forever unclaimed by you. You earned it, but you didn't connect the final pipe.
Connect the pipes. It all comes back to that.
It does. Another trap, related to the first point, relying on outdated information when choosing services or understanding fees. Always verify directly. And finally, something that's become more prevalent, Issues around fraud and inorganic streaming.
Ah, the fake streams problem.
Yeah, using dodgy playlisting services that use bots, or engaging in click farm activity that can get your music pulled down, get you banned from distributors, and DSPs are increasingly doing clawbacks, taking back royalties they previously paid out if they detect fraud.
So stick to legitimate promotion.
Absolutely, and keep records of your legitimate marketing campaigns, just in case you ever need to prove your streams are organic. It's about protecting yourself.
Right. So looking at the big picture here, choosing the right partner, managing those fiddly codes, registering everywhere you need to. It sounds like a lot, but every single step is really about what?
It's about building a foundation. It's about control. It's about ensuring that your creative work is properly represented, tracked, and paid for in this really complex digital ecosystem. It's about safeguarding your earnings and your rights. It's taking the business side of your art seriously.
Taking ownership. Okay, deep divers, that was a lot, but hopefully super valuable. Let's just quickly nail down those key actionable checkpoints one last time. Your roadmap recap.
Let's do it.
1, you need that aggregator, that distributor, to get your music onto platforms like Spotify and Apple Music.
Non-negotiable starting point.
2, get your codes right and manage them. ISRC for each track or version, UPC for each release, keep that spreadsheet.
Your digital IDs, crucial.
And 3, register. PROs for the songwriting, and organizations like SoundExchange or PPCA for the recording performance royalties. Connect all the pipes.
Don't leave money on the table.
Exactly. Following these steps, it's not just admin, right?
Not at all. It's essential. It means your music is covered, financially, legally, wherever it gets played. It's how you build a sustainable career from your creativity.
Okay. Now, we know this involves a lot of detail, so we've put together a comprehensive guide based on today's deep dive. It includes a practical checklist you can use for every single release.
Super handy.
You can download that right from the show notes for this deep dive.
Seriously, use it. Make it your go-to checklist for every project. It'll help ensure none of those royalty streams slip through the cracks. It's an indispensable tool, really.
Definitely use it. And as we wrap up, here's a final thought to leave you with.
Consider this. Every single stream, every download, every time your music gets played on digital radio or anywhere else, that's a potential income stream. It's money waiting to be claimed. So the question is, what untapped potential are you sitting on right now just because maybe one of those crucial pipes wasn't connected to your bank account?
Go connect those pipes. Make sure your music earns what it deserves. Thanks for diving deep with us.